Hello and welcome to battle number 2 of week number 9 of the FNF Victory Road Draft League Season 3. This battle is going to be pitting the Memphis Mienshaos, which is Eon's team, versus Canopy Black Egrets, which is Edgar's team. There are no Mega Pokemon appearing in this battle, and then we also have Z-Attack Tornadus Z-Attack Garchomp, respectively. So we might see a Z move from either of them, but aside from that, we won't be seeing any Megas. So let's take a look at this battle. Overall, quite bulky on both sides. Of course, we have Chansey, Metagross, and Quagsire acting as the bulky mons on Eon's side. We have Togekiss, Ferrothorn, and Egrets, and even Nihilego and Garchomp can be quite bulky in certain respects. So it's going to be interesting to see how these bulky mons counter each other. I do see that Edgar is probably going to be playing the Hazard stacking game. Eons does have access to Stealth Rock, but it might be a little bit tough to set up those rocks, depending on what's out versus Metagross. And Edgar has some defog options. Well, he has one actually. It's Togekiss, and Eons has one as well. It's Tornadus. So we might see a defog coming from either of those. I don't think Edgar's going to be defogging as much as Eons, because Edgar can set up both rocks and spikes, and Eons is going to be setting up just rocks. I am curious to see what Lightbird does in this match. I think Taunt versus Ferrothorn can be very effective, although Lightbird is quite frail, so a Gyro Ball coming from Ferrothorn will hurt as well. Taunt versus Egrets versus a bunch of Pokemon can be really good, so Lightbird's going to be an interesting Pokemon to look at. Edgar's going to have to really find a way to circumnavigate this Chansey. Maybe Swords Dance on Garchomp is going to help him out, but otherwise Chansey can be quite problematic for Edgar, quite troublesome. Overall, I do forecast a little bit of a long battle just because of the bulk of these Pokemon and access to recovery on both sides. So we're going to take a look and see how this battle goes. I'm curious to see, and let's begin. We start with Burb 2, the Tornadus versus Genrog, the Garchomp. I also, I'm wondering how Ferrothorn is dealt with, considering there's no Fire Mons on Eon's team. So we have the double switch. Quagsire comes in, neutral face the Quagsire versus Accident, the Egrets, and then Kitty's going to come in, taking the mean look from Egrets. There's that Dark Pulse doing 78% to Accident, big damage, and there's a Toxic from Accident. So right off the bat, Lightbird doing some pretty big damage to Egrets, who switches out into Dulce, the Togekiss, and the Copycat's going to actually allow Kitty to go for the Toxic, but that Toxic misses. Quite unfortunate for Eons, as Kitty takes a little bit more of that toxic damage. In comes Raichu Clone, the Electivire, and there's a Wish going up from Dulce. Will it be passed to Egrets? No, it's going to be passed to Garchomp, and the Volt Switch is going to fail against Genrog, the Garchomp. In comes Quagsire. Will we see rocks set up? Yeah, we do. Those rocks are now up on Eon's side as Ferrothorn switches in. Chris, will we see an Ice Beam from Quagsire? No, we see the Yawn actually. Going to force out Ferrothorn probably, and General Grievous the Metagross comes in. Who will come in to face Quagsire, though? It looks like Garchomp, so not a good matchup for Metagross. Probably going to want to switch out into something that could take an Earthquake. So Genrog actually goes for the Z move, and it's going to be a Tectonic Rage, taking out General Grievous. I'm surprised that Metagross stayed in that situation, but the score is now 5-6, and Quagsire comes in to face Genrog. Once again, it seems that Quagsire is pretty eager to face Genrog, the Garchomp. There's the Ice Beam we see, and the freeze actually on Yuna. Interesting. So Yuna can't really do much right now unless it's unfrozen. Ferrothorn comes in instead to take that next Ice Beam. Will it freeze again? We don't have the Kiwi luck this time on the Ice Beam freezes. So Chris relatively comfortable as Tornadus comes in, who can go for the defog. Spikes are set up, and Chris at 100%. Burb 2 does go for that defog, and Chris is now at lowered evasion, but the Leech Seed is going to hit Burb. It's probably not going to want to stick around. Actually, it does want to stick around because that Heat Wave does massive damage. Takes it down to 14%, and there's the Spikes going up again. Leech Seed being allowing Chris to restore some HP with the Protect, probably. Yeah, Protect happens, so Chris is going to restore some more HP. The Focus Blast is not going to hit. I'm wondering why Focus Blast. It doesn't really hit anything else super well. I guess Garchomp. But Nihilus and Nihiligo comes in to take that Heat Wave. It's going to do 11%. And again, that Leech Seed doing some more damage on Burb. So in comes Chansey instead. Where's Bacon the Chansey? And Stealth Rock is up yet again. Edgar having so much hazard options. With Chansey, Nihiligo setting up Stealth Rock. Garchomp setting up Stealth Rock. Ferrothorn setting up Spikes. Just so many hazard options. And there's the Wish from Chansey. Accident goes for the rest, but is going to wake up because of that Chesto Berry, and Liepard comes in to receive that Wish. Kitty at 58% and gets Toxic one more time. Kitty now at 95%, and Dulce, the Togekiss, is going to come in. The Dark Pulse is only going to do 11% to Dulce. Negligible damage considering Dulce does have access to leftovers. And in comes Raichu, the Electivire, at 75%. That Heal Bell is going to allow Yuna to thaw out from the freeze, which could be pretty important. Yuna doesn't seem to be doing much in this battle. And the Ice Punch on Excident is going to only do 20%. As we know, Excident has access to rest, so it's going to be hard to take this Cofagrigus down. Volt Switch doing a little bit more as Quagsire comes in. Interesting choice. I thought it was going to be Liepard that comes in to maybe pressure Excident a little bit more with some Dark Pulsing. But Quagsire now is Toxic, and there's the Yawn on Excident to make it drowsy. And the Mean Look on Quagsire. Looks like Quagsire is not going to be able to escape. We do know that Cofagrigus has access to rest, and Ice Beam isn't going to do that much to Cofagrigus, so this looks like it could be a stalling out the toxic damage situation, in which Quagsire is just brought down and can't escape versus Cofagrigus. Quagsire does have access to recover, but it's only going to be a matter of time until Toxic takes it out. So yeah, Ice Beam, a good option versus Garchomp, but not doing much damage to Excident, who is able to really chip away with the combination of Toxic and Shadow Ball. We see the second Pokemon on Eon's team go down to Cofagrigus, who is still relatively comfortable right now, as Kitty comes in, taking some more of that damage and still Toxic. Nihiligo is going to come in, and Kitty goes for the Nasty Plot. That's going to raise its special attack by 2, but does it have something that can affect Nihilus, the Nihiligo, or hit it rather hard? Where's Bacon comes in, taking some big damage. That Sludge Wave is going to bring it down to 49%. And in comes Accident, the Cofagrigus. There's a Wish going up from Chansey. Will we see... actually, we see the Heal Bell, and Mean Look hits Chansey. Chansey is not going to like that. I think that Eon's really needed to switch to Liepard. Liepard is the only thing that really Eon's has to pressure out Cofagrigus, who seems to be the biggest problem to him right now. And now Chansey's trapped with no way of harming this Cofagrigus, I believe. Yeah, there's no Toxic on this Chansey. Even if there was Toxic on this Chansey, Rest from Accident would render that Toxic null and void. So the best bet that Eon's has right now is to stall out Toxics. There's 11 Toxics on Accident, and there's 5 Heal Bells, though. So, PP-wise, Edgar does have the advantage in this situation because he can just exhaust Heal Bells from Chansey. So this is looking like it's going to be a little bit of a long tussle here between the two of these Pokemon, as Chansey's able to heal itself with Heal Bell and also set up Wishes. Yeah, Chansey just can't do anything right now, so this is just going to be a battle of attrition with PP. Some PP stalling. I feel like this is a tradition of Victory Road. Edgar getting at least one match in where he PP stalls with Cofagrigus using Mean Look. And Cofagrigus is just such a solid defensive Pokemon. It is incredibly hard to take down. So at this point, there's 3 Heal Bells left, 8 Toxics. Eons can use Protect against Toxic to waste some of that Toxic PP on Accident, but it's looking like it's a little bit grim for him right now in Chansey, because if there is no Toxic, then Cough Egregious can't do anything as much as Chansey can't do anything to Cough Egregious. And in that case, Chansey would actually have a chance. See? 20, let me see, 38, 43 PP versus 35. Yeah, Chansey would actually be able to PP stall out this Cough Egregious if it wasted all of its Toxic PP using Protect. That would be the mind game that Eons would really have to play versus this Cough Egregious. But with only 2 heal bells left and getting Toxic again, yeah, it's not looking like that's going to be the case. But it's interesting how theoretically this Chansey would have been able to stall out Cough Egregious, because once it runs out of Toxics, it can't really do anything to Chansey. So again, we're seeing Chansey being whittled down by that Toxic, and 2 more heal bells left. We're also listening to Team Charm's theme from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I believe this is Explorers of Sky. Yeah, Explorers of Sky, which is a game that I really want to try out eventually. Still have 5 Toxics. Chansey's not going to be able to protect out the Toxic, so that final Toxic means that Chansey's going to be using the last heal bell. There's still 4 more Toxics left, and so Accident is in a really good position right now. Chansey's still hanging on, but it's going to be a tough one for Chansey. Chansey at 65% now. Another wish goes up. Yeah, and Edgar is saving his Toxics now. He has 3 left, so he's not going to want to use any more. At this point, I think he needs to heal bell. Yeah, and this is probably where we'll see the next Toxic come in. Yep, there's that final Toxic from Accident. Chansey is not going to be able to heal bell this Toxic away. 2 more Toxics left on Accident. So, yeah, very exciting battle. But that's just the nature of how trapping Chansey is. Chansey can preserve itself, but it can't really do much outside of that. So I think after this turn, this is going to be the final turn. Chansey probably going to set up a wish after... Oh wait, no, it's receiving its own wish. I think Chansey wanted to probably wait 1 more turn to set up a wish, because... Will the wish come first, or will the Toxic damage take it out first? Okay, the wish comes first. So Chansey's probably going to set up 1 more wish, so that at least the Pokemon that comes in next will be able to receive it. And there goes Chansey. So Burb 2 comes in, and I'm actually surprised that no wish was received. Burb 2 is going to get that mean look. Okay, there's the wish. So the score is 3-6, and the knockoff not going to do much to Accident because of the fact that it already lost its item, and Accident's just a very wildly defensive Pokemon. So Accident at 84% now. Heat Wave is going to do 28%, so Accident will be able to rest versus Burb 2 as well. Yeah, Heat Wave, 1 more would take it down, but Accident goes for the rest. And so it's only a matter of time till Burb 2 also goes down. I think that Lightbird was probably the better choice to come in versus Accident. Burb 2 at 6% now. And in comes Garchomp. Heat Wave's not going to do much. It does burn Genrog the Garchomp. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to change the pace of this battle. Score is 2-6. And the next Pokemon to come in is Electivire at 56%, but an Earthquake might be enough to take it out. Indeed it is. Earthquake takes out Raichu Clone, the Electivire, and the last Pokemon standing on Eon's team is Lightburn. Genrog at 73% and Burn, Kitty at 52%, but it is rather frail. Kitty goes for the Copycat, and it goes for the Earthquake. It's going to do 20% to Genrog, who retaliates with the Earthquake and takes down Kitty, and that is the match. What a match. Cofagrigus really was a very smart pick for Edgar in this battle, being able to take advantage of some of the passivity of Eon's team. I'm going to say I'm very surprised that Eons did not bring Mega Venusaur. I think Mega Venusaur would have been able to do really well in this battle, especially being immune to Toxic, being able to hit in Power Fire, Ferrothorn, and just set up Leech Seed and be just a general annoyance. But yeah, interesting battle. We still have one more battle from each of these trainers. This does confirm Edgar for playoffs. It doesn't deconfirm Eons, but he's going to have to win next week, I think, by a good margin to get a shot at playoffs. So I'm excited to see how he does that and if he could get in, because I think he does have a solid team and a solid understanding of his team. So I would like to see him shoot for playoffs. So we're going to bring you some more Week 9 matches coming up. Until then, this is Noel from Hypno Slumber Party. And once again, this is a 6-0 victory for Edgar and the Canopy Black Egrets over Eons and Memphis Mienshaos. Stay tuned for more. Until then, I'll see you then.